Ladies and gentlemen, now for official introduction, the fighter fighting out of the red corner, weighed in at 57. He's at 28, stands 5'7". He fights out of 1 MMA and hails from Salford, Sheldon Ryan. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, weighed in at 56.2. He's 20, stands 5'5". He fights out of Asylum Valley Judo and hails from Leeds, Malik Basahel. Your referee, Mr. Trevor Mitchell.
Oh, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to this one. We've got the number 5 ranked versus the number 13 ranked amateur flyweights in the country. At number 5, out of the red corner, Sheldon Ryan, representing ONE MMA. But I noticed that he's got Paul Rimmer from Next Generation Liverpool in his corner as well. He's in the orange as he takes on ABT's Malik Basahel, 5-0, fighting in the gray armor shorts.
One of the fights that just jumps off the page when you see the fight card. Lovely shot from Malik Basahel, but a great sprawl there from Sheldon Ryan.
Yeah, Sheldon Ryan, 7-2, coming off
We're getting into it straight away.
Coming off a loss to Mr. Fields, who's going to become our next contender for the flyweight championship. But straight back in action here is Sheldon Ryan.
No shame at all in a loss to Joe Fields,
no.
So, especially considering he took Joe to a very hard-fought decision where most people are getting slept in the first round.
Absolutely.
Sheldon Ryan showed the durability and conditioning to take the number 1 flyweight all the way to the distance.
Sheldon got up under that single there. He's going to walk him over to his corner. Good balance.
Sheldon trying to turn the cards here a little bit on Malik Basahel.
Basahel showed some great balance there, though. Ryan throwing that knee into the inner thigh.
Sheldon, a dangerous fighter, but also very comfortable going the distance. 5 of his 7 victories going to decision.
Yeah, he's hugely experienced, fought some of the best, but got to be careful.
Oh, this looks tight from Malik.
Is Malik on
it's
it?
Under the
He's
chin.
tightening it up.
Oh, was that? Oh, this is very tight. You can see all the eyes of Sheldon Ryan almost popping out of his head there.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the hips up high. Malik Basahel got to be careful. He doesn't turn those arms out, but Sheldon Ryan managing to survive here.
Sheldon is so hard to finish. He's such a tough guy.
And he's got, again, 9 fights. He's fought some of the very best in the flyweight division. So there's not going to be many positions that he hasn't found himself in.
Well, he's been considering going pro before lockdown. Before the pandemic started, this guy was considering going pro. This is his last fight that we're going to get to see him at amateur, because after this, he's planning on going on.
Well, now he's starting to hammer away on the undefeated prospect. Has he lost?
Oh, that's a lovely submission!
He's got the arm. Sheldon Ryan manages to defend again, and I thought for a moment
thought it had popped.
It had popped. Oh, so tough. Really trying to dig that hook in, but
Sheldon Ryan is made out of something else. And also, I think it's so impressive that Sheldon Ryan is taking the fight to him in this way after he predicted that Malik Basahel would be the one who wanted to push the wrestling. He's now taking the wrestling to Malik.
Absolutely, he's defended a guillotine in the armbar attempt, but now he's on the back. Is he triangled?
Last 10 seconds. Referee having a close look at this. Can Malik survive?
These are unanswered strikes. Is the referee going to give him the time?
I think he's going to make it.
Oh, he does.
Wow.
Referee gives him the time.
Sheldon thinks that the fight should have been stopped. Malik looks pretty okay, though. He doesn't look concussed. You know, I can understand why the referee even though it was a lot of unanswered shots, I can understand why the referee didn't feel compelled to necessarily stop it, given how short of a time was left.
He knows there's 10 seconds, but he doesn't know how much. Look, Sheldon Ryan's not overly, although Mr. Rimmer is.
This has turned into a big to-do now. What's going on here?
So it sounds like there might have been
maybe some disrespectful language. Is that
absolutely?
Well, yeah, you've got to respect the referee.
Amen.
This isn't football.
Whoa.
Oh, well, that's not what we thought it was.
So who's lost the?
Well, it must be Sheldon that's lost the point, because Sheldon was the one punching. But I didn't notice anything go to the back of the head. I didn't see any warnings that a striker
No,
going to the back of the head.
I wanted some clarification very quickly.
Yes, please. Well, we'll keep this going while Steve goes to find out exactly what happened there. Malik Basahel, now you'd assume 9-9 going into the second. Sheldon Ryan obviously not happy with the decision, but he's got to put that behind him now, and he's got to just focus on what's at hand.
Definitely,
big right hand from Sheldon.
Definitely a point taken for Sheldon for shots to the back of the head. I missed it, but
strange that it didn't happen straight away, though.
No,
It was strange that there was a discussion, and then afterwards,
Sheldon Ryan on that single leg now.
brilliant single leg defense from Malik Basahel. Such excellent balance being shown here.
This is essentially a 2-round fight, because that would have been 9-9, you figure.
Yeah, that was what I was saying in the brief moment that you were away, is that was a 9-9 round then, because undoubtedly Sheldon's round, unless potentially they wanted to give him a 10-8, but I doubt they would have. I doubt they would have. It wasn't that obvious.
Still trying to work the single.
Nice knee to the body.
He's keeping Malik's right leg off the...
That's an interesting technique, isn't it? To hold the leg up so that you can knee the body.
And also it takes away a bit of base and their ability to move against the cage.
It's brilliant. Even at amateur level, you still see guys innovating and trying new things that you don't see all the time.
Sheldon pressing heavy against Basahel at the moment.
Again, very, very fascinating to see Sheldon taking Malik's game to him. It's usually Malik that we see pushing the wrestling, dominating the cage control, but Sheldon knew this was coming. I mean, Sheldon told Combat Media UK, one of our media partners for tonight, that he was willing to, he wanted to show off his striking, but he expected Malik would want to wrestle. Perhaps a little bit of mind games going on there. Although Malik now reverses position, gets on top into a top half guard.
Yeah, and
Sheldon's got that underhook though on that right hand side. Look for him to follow that underhook.
Yeah, he's trying to get knee on belly. You think he's going to try and slip that left leg out into the guard.
It looked like Sheldon was going to try and squeeze. Oh, is this a... Interesting to see why Sheldon would let go of the grip he had on the legs. He's gone back to it now. I thought maybe he was feeling a bit of
he's trying to
shoulder pressure.
Trying to get into that mount now.
This is a position where Malik thrives.
But Sheldon, by holding that leg, managed to turn him. 28 seconds to go.
Wow, these rounds are flying by.
Oh, is he on the neck again?
He's on it again. That time he's got an angle.
Good.
Sheldon Ryan.
Oh, he just doesn't know when he's beaten. What a scramble, but straight on the back is Malik.
I think I might vote for Sheldon Ryan to be the hardest to finish amateur. He's going for the Sulawev. Sheldon does the right thing, though. Puts all of his weight down onto that knee.
Few seconds left in the round.
That's the second
and there
Sulawev
it is.
we've seen tonight. I like that people are starting to get a bit savvy to that when they're losing that back position, they can go for the Sulawev. It's nice. It's fun to see.
Again, just the evolution of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously, ideally, you'd like people to keep their hips a little bit lower on their partner's back, but you don't always have that chance. No. Sometimes you're in a scramble, your hips are higher than you want them to be, and you've got to go for something else. Traditionally, it would typically be someone going for an arm bar, but now we're seeing people incorporating the stretch in. It's fun.
Again, looking at both corners, Sheldon, big deep breaths, listening intently to that corner team there. Malik Basahel looks like he's wearing the pace a little bit better, but it's been Sheldon that's been setting it for the most part. 3 minutes to go. Sheldon Ryan, the red corner, the orange and black shorts. Malik Basahel.
Malik been showing off how much of a dangerous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitor he is.
Yeah, you think the kid likes to grapple?
Oh, yeah. He competes in the advanced category on the regional scene in his grappling, so this guy's fighting some high-level Jiu-Jitsu competitors and winning.
Lovely in on the single. He went in for him last week, but managed to take Sheldon for a moment, but
straight back to his feet. And also, this might be the best shape I've ever seen Sheldon Ryan in. I mean, he's always in good shape, but he looks well muscled for this one as well.
And they are keeping a good, strong pace up as well.
A very strong pace.
I mean, he's got so much faith in that Jits game that he's happy to be shooting from like last week.
You'd like to see him set up a little bit, perhaps.
For the takedown, perhaps. I think Ryan's a little bit wise to it.
It's the experience difference in that, really, isn't it? The experience advantage definitely lies with Ryan.
Yeah, into the 10th fight of his amateur career, 10th and final by all accounts, before we make that pro jump. And
he told Combat Media UK that after this one he's looking to go pro, and equally Malik told Combat Media UK that he was going to use this as a gauge to see where he was in his amateur career, how close he was to going pro, because he thought if he could get a win over Sheldon Ryan, then maybe it's time to go pro sooner than he thought. Said also mentioned that his new strength conditioning program that he started back in November has been absolutely massive for adding to his game, and I think he's probably appreciating that now going into the third round, where strength and conditioning is everything in the third round.
Well, Sheldon's staying heavy on top at the moment.
It's going to be interesting to score, though, because we've got to take into account that first round.
Absolutely.
That 9-9 first round could potentially throw us for a loop.
We might have our second draw of the evening. We'll see if Sheldon Ryan can take matters into his own hand, and for that matter, if Malik Basahel can do the same thing. But right now, fighting from the bottom, taking even just those little shots will be taken around for.
I mean, this is an excellent
performance.
Wow,
trip! And straight into the mount.
Down.
I mean, that was so slick.
I mean, regardless, it's so impressive that Malik has been able to have the amount of success that he has with Sheldon, and vice versa, really. I mean, they're both really impressive guys, but, Sheldon Ryan's a Cage Warriors veteran, former #1 amateur flyweight in the UK, currently ranked #5, and Malik has shown he is more than capable of hanging with him, and that he deserves to be ranked a lot higher than he is.
Absolutely. Well, we will see what happens with this decision if Malik moves a little bit further up those flyweight rankings.
I think he has to.
I mean, he finishes the fight on top. We know that it had to have been a 9-9 first.
Yeah.
So it is now a 2-round fight, and our judges have all the work to do. What a competitive fight.
No losers out of this one, though.
Well,
I feel.
you say that, but
I don't think either guy loses stock.
Oh, nobody. No chance.
I don't think I don't think either of them are going to fall. I think they both deserve to be ranked at least in the top 6-7 in the country.
It's going to be really interesting to see which way our judges went here.
There's loads of guys in this division. As we say, we've got a massive title fight coming up later in the year between Joe Fields.
Joe Fields and Sharon Chowdhury.
Beast boy.
I feel like Homer Simpson thinking about donuts. Yes, please. Can I have some? Oh.
But then you've got guys like this who are just behind.
Nipping at the heels.
One step behind. And then you've got guys like Connor Walsh as well, lying out there.
Absolutely.
It's such a deep division.
Like I said, the amateur, the lighter weight classes in the UK and the amateur scene is absolutely unreal.
I mean, as we know, Sheldon Ryan looking to go pro.
Center,
a lot of
please.
these guys really, they could be pro.
Well, let's turn this one over to Mr. Seth Khan. We're going to find out if Sheldon Ryan moves to 8-2, or if Malik Basahel keeps his undefeated
after
record.
3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score this 28-28, declaring it a unanimous draw, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for both Sheldon Ryan and Malik Basahel.